Hello guys, welcome back to another Python tutorial video. Today we're going to be going over multi-dimensional arrays. So, as I mentioned in the last video, it's an array within an array. It might seem confusing at first, but I'm just going to show you it right now. Actually, I'm going to do the address book example. So, this address book, it's going to be our contacts book, actually. I'm changing the name again. So this is going to be our contacts book. So let's say our first array is going to be an array for John. And he's got a phone number. And he's got an email of john@gmail.com. And let's say Peter also has one. He's got a really weird phone number, and he's got an email of Peter. And then we're gonna say JT is also in this address book, and he has a phone number. And he also has an email, jt@yahoo.com. Now, what we're going to do with this address book, we're just going to find, we're going to try and find all of John's info. So I'm going to print contacts book, and then I'm going to find the index of John. Actually, contacts book dot index. Almost got that wrong. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just print out John's info. So we're going to do contacts book, and then we're going to do 0. And we're going to print that because you'd be able to see it if we did not print it. And now it just prints out all of John's info. Now, let's say we want that to be a little bit easier to understand. So we're just going to say, we're just going to go for contact in contacts book. We're going to print the name, and then we're going to do contact, and then 0. And so what we did up here is, that contacts book is our first array, but since every value inside, everything inside the array is going to be set to contact, the index of 0 of contacts book is actually this array right here. It's whatever. The best way to describe it is just it's a thing. It's whatever's in the array. So the first array will be set to contact, and then that will also have an index value, and that holds everything, every piece of John, all of his info. So we're also going to do print number, and then contact of 1. We'll print email, and then contact of 2. And that's it. So it printed out John's name, printed out his number, and printed out his email, and then it prints out Peter's name, his number, his email, and then JT's name, number, and email. So basically, multi-dimensional arrays are just regular arrays, all the same properties, but just with another array inside of them. So it's really just the same thing, but just with another array inside of it. The only thing you gotta watch out for is, when you're going through for loops like this, it doesn't just go through like the first array and go to the first index value. This variable right here, this variable contact, will be set to the first array. The first array will, when you're going through this multi-dimensional array, like all the values in the first array are arrays. That might seem a little confusing, but it's pretty straightforward. It's an array of arrays, and you can have a three-dimensional array, which is arrays within arrays within arrays, and you can keep going. So you can do some pretty cool stuff with this. You can print out a table of values, as I said. You could you can do a lot with it. Now, if you tried to print out a three-dimensional array, it wouldn't really work because it's in 3 dimensions, but you could find a way to do it. But games use arrays all the time. Multi-dimensional arrays are used like everywhere. And the only thing you have left to do is to use it however you want to. So I'm going to go and I'm actually going to explain this right here. I'm not going to explain the whole thing, but I'm just going to explain some of the basic parts. So let me just go back down here. So this is my program. It's a genetic algorithm. I worked on it for like 2 months and then it kind of broke. It's supposed to play a snake game but get better. Right now we have all the tools that we want to be able to make something like this. So if you wanted to work hard for a month and make this, you could write this code. You could do it. This plays a snake game and gets better gradually. It doesn't work right now, but I'll explain it a little bit. I'll explain a little bit of it. All we're doing, the only code that we're really writing out here is this. So it's going through, it's making this population, it's going through create population. It has a couple parameters, and this is my custom function that I made that we learned a couple videos back how to do. Let's see, where is create population? Create population equals create population. I don't even see create population. Oh, it's up here. So it's going through, it's creating an array called population, and it's gonna go take whatever this size is, and it's gonna go through and for, if you put in like a 5 here, it's gonna go through this for loop 5 times. And we're adding to that array an individual. Now, I'm not even going to explain this line of code right here, because it's shorthand. It's all shorthand. I should have never written it like this. It's like 9 lines of code into one. Don't do shorthand. It makes it a lot more confusing to read. All it does is save you some space on a page, which really isn't worth it. But this basically, it just creates a couple of arrays. And just bear in mind I'm only going through this function right here. And then it just returns an array of population using all these values. And really this is a lot of array work. This is a lot of multi-dimensional arrays, like a lot of a lot of numbers that are going by, a lot of length. As you can see, there's a lot of arrays over here, and a lot of custom functions. So you can really do a lot with custom functions, as I've, defined a bunch of them. Uh, but really all you want to do is, what I did here is I just found something I wanted to make, and I went out and made it. So what we're going to be going over next, I guess, is lists and tuples. They're basically a different way of saying arrays, but they're also a little bit different than arrays. And yeah, they're basically, lists and tuples are basically just different types of arrays that are a little bit, can be used for different things. So look forward to that, and then after that, I guess we'll go. I don't know what we're gonna go over, because I'm still sort of trying to see what we're gonna make. But yeah, what I'm gonna recommend to you now is, I guess, go out and just to understand arrays and functions a little bit more fully, is to just go out and make make something cool. Like, go make some code. Go write some code. Just think, what do I want to do? What do I want to make? And just go out and make it. And I think you should be able to make it with just what I've given you. So yeah, thanks for watching. And the next video will be on lists and tuples. So yeah, goodbye.